let's begin with the first aspect of your question. It's true that the European Union started as an economic and political project. It is still that. But you had many, during the development of the European Union, or what today is the European Union, you had many treaties that allowed the European Union not only to expand geographically, but also deepening, you could say intellectually or culturally. And I think that the unification of the education with the Bologna treatment, where the different educational systems throughout the European Union were more or less put on the same level, that it became easier for people to travel and to study abroad, for example. But also culture, in a sense, became also more and more important. And I'll give maybe a concrete example, especially since the Maastricht Treaty it became possible, because you have to understand that the European Union can only have or the basis upon which the European Union can act is if the states transfer certain kinds of authority to the European Union. That's the basis upon which then the European Union can act. Culture is a specific thing, because culture is still something that is the domain of the states, and then depending on, like for example, Belgium, cultural issues are on the level of the regions, because Belgium is a country where you have two communities, one Dutch speaking in the north, French speaking in the south. So everything that is related to education, culture is now under the authority of the regional government. But still, the European Union can take initiatives to give, impetuses to try to stimulate things. And one of the initiatives, very concretely, for example, is the initiative of the cultural capital of the European Union. So each year throughout the European Union, a place is selected as a cultural capital of Europe. So where many different cultural activities take place, and where not only the country or the place itself where it is happening, like now it is Malta, for example, but I mean they attract a lot of people and initiative in a wide area of culture, from film, movie, dance, you name it. Is an example on how the European Union is not only a political project, but tries to also deepen its cultural unity, so to speak, despite its diversity. Another example very recently is the initiative of the European Commission and European Parliament in collaboration with the Council of Europe, which is bigger than the European Union, which is called the European Heritage Label, for example. And the idea there is to award a label to sites or monuments or other places that have a significance in the past, which played an important role in the history of Europe. Is important to understand where Europe comes from, and that also has a message for the future of Europe. So these labels are awarded for not only for the site itself, so it's not something like UNESCO World Heritage Label, for example, which is something different, but also tries to award initiatives for programs for youth to help to understand the history of Europe and its diversity. So yeah, it is a political project to begin with. I mean, when we read in the newspaper about the European Union, it's mostly about the budget of the countries and the European Commission that checks the budgets and things like that. But it's more than that. So it's also it has a cultural component. And what you also begin to see very recently in the last, let's say, 5 years, is that the European Union also sees itself as a cultural force in the world, and they more and more consciously try to use that, in a sense, to give Europe a place in the world among other big regions and cultures like Asia, China, India, the Americas, Africa. So yeah, that's something that you can see as developing more and more in the last couple of years.